morning, folks.
This is our first live,
YouTube live.
We wanted to make this special because we told ourselves that, hey, we go live a lot on like Facebook, IG, and we told ourselves we're gonna go live officially, do our first live on YouTube at 1,500 subs. So we decided to stick to that, and we just kind of like start manifesting us going live on YouTube and having that 1,500 subscribers.
Yes.
And like, believe it or not, it just happened like so fast.
So
fast. So here we are.
Yes.
Like I said, we're used to going live like on Facebook and IG talking about various topics. As you can see, if you guys are familiar with our channel, Conscious at Night, we started this channel again just to help our brothers and our sisters remember that they are God,
Yes.
so that they can and we can all experience heaven on earth. Because we create our own reality. We create our own reality because we live from the kingdom of God within. And we know that everything that we are experiencing is a projection of what we are creating from the inside.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, back to like the 1,500 subs. Like, yo, we were like super excited about that because, again, we started to manifest and create our reality as such. As far as having 1,500 subscribers and letting, like, you know, we just like, oh, yo, we just hit 1,000, or we just hit 1,200. Yo, we just hit 1,400. Yo, we going for 1,500 now. So we just was doing that. And again, we didn't know how fast it was going to happen. Literally, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were just at 1,400. So yeah,
Crazy fast.
yeah, and again, like, we know how like things get. Like, when you on Facebook, it's different, you know, as far as just the audience and the energy that you get. When you on IG, it's a different vibe that you get as well. But YouTube, yeah, we wanted to just kind of like break it open, break it in. Like,
Yes.
yeah, we got to show our YouTube Conscious at Night fam some love. You know what I'm saying? Some love. So we wanted to go live, but we also wanted to talk about, again, us creating our own reality because we are God in earth.
Yes.
And if we do not hold ourselves accountable to that light of being God in earth, we by no means, with awareness, are going to create a reality that we can experience as heaven.
No way.
But we will create a reality, but it's not in a reality to where we are aware that the reality that we are experiencing is no doubt ours.
Yeah. It's what we are actually creating.
Yeah. So we just, I mean, yeah, 1,500 subscribers, that's like little, guys. Like,
Nice. We gonna keep it rolling, right? We gonna keep them coming.
yeah, that's
Continue
like
to share.
that's like small. And listen, again, if you guys been following us, you know we don't teach people that they're God. We remind them.
We are just loving reminders, reminding each other
That's
that
all
I
we
am
doing.
you, you are me, we are God.
We're just reminding everyone that they are God. And for those that take heed to that reminder, then yeah, it's like they get to create their own reality.
Yeah.
They get to create their own experience. So, but yeah, I'm definitely excited about the route that everyone's taking, man. We're excited also about just knowing that everything that we get to experience literally is coming from within, guys. And I think the best part about that is just knowing that every time you experience something that brings joy, that brings peace, that is something that you created that you are aware of.
Yes.
But when it is not something that is bringing you joy, bringing you peace, keeping you in a higher state of frequency, it is something that you are experiencing that you are unaware that you are creating. Most of the times when we are unaware of the things that we are creating, it is because we are creating it from a lower vibration. Sometimes it get real easy, real quick to just be mad. It get real easy, real quick to just get like really offended or be in shame or beat yourself up, get hard on yourself, like be hard on other people. Like, it get real easy to put expectations on people when you're putting expectations on yourself ultimately. And then also too, it get really easy, really quick to be overcome by fear.
Yes. Yes.
Yo, I can't describe to you guys like how reality for me has been. Just 2 days ago, I conquered one of the biggest fears of my life, yo.
Sure did. He surprised me how quick he conquered it. Like, I had to step back. Like, you go.
Listen,
You go.
you know most people are afraid of heights.
Hmm.
Me on the other hand, I enjoy heights. I enjoy heights. I loved roller coasters for the most part, and also too like I got on planes, and I never been on a plane until I got married, and or right before rather. But yo, I conquered that fear. But this fear was a new fear. This fear was one of those fears where it's like, I don't know about this one because I am in something now that I feel like I have absolutely no control of.
Yeah.
And I think that was the part of me that it was kind of like really, really hard for me because it got to a point where, and thanks, Pure Love, it got really hard because me, when it came to swimming, yes, I did not know how to swim, yo. I did not know how to swim.
Nah.
But being underwater is different because when you off your feet,
Hmm.
it's the water's in control, and I think that was the biggest thing for me. The water was in control, and I'm not. When I'm in a plane, I don't have no choice. It's nothing that I can do, but at least I still think I can do something in water. Only thing I know how to do now in water is keep myself standing up, especially if I can reach the bottom. But if it wasn't for that, I don't know how to swim. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, I'm drowning, but my wife, she is like a mermaid.
I love the water, y'all. Love it.
And she helped me, yo. She helped me, yo. So I got this mask.
Yeah.
And this mask is a breathable mask. So you can breathe through it. You can go under the water with it. All that good stuff. So I was like, yo, I'm on vacation right now. I want to learn how to swim. I really want to tackle this fear because it is really in my mind. My wife lifted me up in the water. And mind you, for those who not familiar, I was like 401 pounds. This 2 years ago. I'm currently 183, 184. And, like, my wife holding me. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm heavy. Not like I'm in water and she, like, it's just going to be easy to, like, hold me up. So it got to a point where it was like, I'm off my feet. My wife is holding me. And I'm like, yo, I have no control.
Yeah.
And my wife has all the control. Oh no. I was just like, nah, let me down. Like I'm like pushing on her shirt, like grabbing on her. Like I probably scratched her too, honestly. I was losing my mind. And then I knew, like, she can tell, like, my wife, she's so patient with me, y'all. She knew, like, man, he really going through it mentally, but she
Yeah.
was so patient with me. I told her off back, like, I'm not one of those dudes that hide it. I can't be like that. That is like so fake, and this is like an experience. So it's like no reason to be ashamed of anything that you are experiencing. Like it's like waking up and remembering that you are God all over again. It is one of the things that we can experience and know within ourselves that, man, I got a chance to experience myself at my highs and
Yeah.
also my lows. So I don't judge myself for experiencing all of those things. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But I got up. I told her to get off me. I confessed to her that impulsive nature that was sick. And she understood, man. She was
Yeah.
very patient. She was talking at one point, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm about to just dart under this water and swim. And I told her, I'm like, watch out, babe, I got it. And I just start going. I went like 2 strokes, maybe 2.5. And yeah, it got to the point where I swam like 2 strokes, and then I would step back a little bit more, swim 3 strokes, and step back a little bit more and swim another. And I'm just like, yo, I'm swimming, yo, like, this is crazy, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was times where my body, I would lose, like, it would be times where I would lose, like, balance under the water. and I wasn't ready to be off my feet, and then I'll be So, I got to the point where I was comfortable. I knew how to swim now. As far as swimming with my head above water, that's a little hard right now. I can swim. It's just learning now the technical parts of swimming and the things that I can do as far as tricks and stuff like that. Holding my breath underwater while while moving my body. Like, I gotta learn breath control in that regard. But like, so that stuff, yeah, that's gonna come with the territory. But I can actually swim now. So, and not kill myself, because I told myself, all right, Quentin, now that you know how to swim, you gotta take off the mask.
Yes.
You gotta let everybody know that you can swim.
Right.
And in order to do so, in order to feel right about this thing, right? Because it's all about feeling right? So I'm like, no, in order to conquer this, I gotta take this mask off.
Yes.
Took that joint off. I grabbed my little daughter's goggles, because I still wanted to be able to see where I was going.
Right.
But I'm like, all right, I'm going to now like keep my nose closed. But then I'm like, you know what? How am I gonna be able to swim with just one hand? I ain't learned that yet. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just hold my breath as much as I can, and I'm gonna swim like I'm swimming with the mask on. I already know how to swim. The only difference is I just don't have the mask on. So I got under that joint. I started swimming like halfway to the thing. I made it. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try a couple steps back. I almost drowned, but that's okay, because I got up. I stood up. This is not like super deep of a pool.
Yep.
But I got up and I made sure I was alive. And then I said, you know what? I was super afraid at that point. I said, but if I don't conquer this fear, then it's like, all right, I'm giving in. So now it's like, okay, Quentin, conquer this fear, go all the way back on the other end of the pool, and you gonna swim all the way to the other end of the pool, and you gonna hold your breath, and you're not gonna panic. And even if you do decide to panic, you are going to realize that you are in control under this water. You are in control. And I told myself, I am in control. I literally got under that water and I started swimming to the other side, y'all.
Yeah.
And I didn't look back. I held that breath and I was swimming myself off. And then I started realizing, like, oh shoot, I need to breathe. I'm not gonna make it to the other end of this pool. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what, Quentin, you don't have to breathe, bro. You thinking that you have to breathe because you are afraid now. Don't do it, bro. Hold your breath. Realize that you are in control. And before you knew it, while I was pep talking myself, I ran right into the other end of the pool, and I was just like, bro, I made it. I made it. It was all just in here. I was tripping up here, yo.
Yes.
This was preventing me from creating a reality where I can be in control as God.
Yeah.
Who would think, like, water had such a fear on me because I was afraid of not being in control. Water is its own element. I don't live underwater. I live on top of the water. I live on the ground, yo. I live on solid. I experience the sun, not the water. So me being underneath the water and then my feet being off a surface to where I can't walk and plant my feet and feel in control, yo, that was another thing for me mentally. And that fear was very real.
Yeah.
That fear was very real.
Just like people afraid of heights and skydivers and stuff. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't like live like this and hold myself accountable as God, but I can't conquer fear, yo. So I told my wife up front, like, yo, I'm here to conquer fear. I'm not here for the other stuff. Like we back in Ohio, yo, like, and we know the frequency there.
Yeah.
And we're on vacation right now, and we went down south. Went to Memphis, we in Texas now, and we're just like experiencing just a different vibe, yo. And but also, again, at the same time, not neglecting the fact that we create our own reality. So yeah, it just got to the point where I'm like, you know what, shoot, like if I can create anything that I want in my reality, then why can't I create a reality where I don't experience fear?
Right.
Seeing my wife swim and my children want to do it. I can't function when my children want to swim.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to swim. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
So y'all playing around the pool.
It's a no for
Nah,
him.
man. Nah. Because if I got to jump in and I don't know how to swim to save y'all, bro, I just don't know, bro. Like,
Yeah. It was such a beautiful thing to even witness and experience. So, like I said, first of all, he picked up on it so fast. I was shocked by that. But it was also beautiful because our daughter was out here watching as well. And just her seeing daddy learning how to swim and him challenging himself and facing that fear of his. When I say she was so excited and just like motivated, like, mommy, can you help me swim too? Can you help me swim too? Of course I can, right? And then just seeing daddy, like, she was cheering him on, like, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, it was a win-win because them not knowing how to swim, seeing daddy face his fear and learning and pushing himself, not letting any fear, anything get in his way because he know who he is. They know who they are as well. They know who they are as well. But yeah, taking the time to do that shadow work, address those fears, like, it not only changes for you, but all of your reflections, all of those outside of you, it impacts literally the world. So conquer, face your fears for sure.
Yeah, man.
They are nothing but perceived obstacles that are there to give you opportunity to overcome. That's how I see it.
That's for sure. I ain't gonna lie, like, I will say this. Seeing my children, because listen, we don't hold back. We tell our children the truth, yo, like, off that. We tell our children the truth. We don't hold nothing back. I tell my children when I'm afraid of something. I tell them when I'm not afraid of something. I tell them why I'm afraid of it. Like, we try to be as vulnerable and open as possible, because if they're not over shame, or if they allow themselves to slip into shame, that's such a low vibrational frequency. But yeah, like, seriously, the only way to overcome fear is to face them. Seriously, you gotta face your fear.
Yeah.
You know what I found out though? Your fear is actually just you. It's just you that don't know you yet in an area which requires higher vibrational. That's it. So when you face your fear, you just realize it's just you. And so now when you realize it's just you, you're like, oh, dude, I ain't know. I'm sorry. I ain't know this was you. So it's like,
whole time.
hey, come with me, man. Like,
Yeah.
dude, don't you know, like, the only reason why you could be afraid of water is because you feel like you're gonna die. But when you understand what death actually really is, death is just you dying to your ego. Having the strong ability to say no to a version of yourself that no longer exists or can serve you in a higher purpose. That's what death is. But when we don't understand death, we take it as a body that's in a casket, that is buried or cremated. Because that's the version of that of death they want us to know. They only want us to know that death. The thing about death is so funny because religion has pushed a Bible on us, and it has pushed a religion on us. But even in that religion tells us that Jesus was raising people from the dead. So why he raising people from the dead if they supposed to be dead or in graves?
Right.
You know, there is a particular religion that believes that you're not even supposed to die, that your body actually can experience eternal life if tapped into it the right way genetically. I wonder why we ain't learn about that in school.
Sounds like ascension, but no, they didn't teach us that.
Yeah, because it sounded like they wanted some population. Bro,
Population.
yeah. But look,
At its finest.
But look though, even in that 3D concept of reality that they want us to experience, even by fear, when you conquer fear and you're used to conquering fear, you start seeing the fearful realities that they wanted you to buy into, like such. We overcame all those realities, fear by fear by fear by fear, and we faced every single one of them, and we found out at the end of the day it was just us.
Just us.
It was just us and these fears that we were buying into, that we was thinking that it was supposed to just be our reality, when we was just under the assumption that we are just living to die and hope to go to heaven. Yeah, phobias. If we're talking about phobias, I always had stress when we had exams in school because I was always the top student. Let's go. Thankfully, I passed them all with good grades and I was happy. I mean, seriously, dude, when it came to tests,
Oh yeah.
oh my Lord, like, I can't even describe, like, I was, first of all, I was the last minute studier as well. So yeah, like I was the guy that was like, yo, I rather play a basketball game and let the score be super close until the end, to where I can hit the game winner. Hopefully we win, versus play really hard, blow them out. I
Yeah.
like to play it close. Yes, and exams can definitely be big stress for sure.
Yes.
I would say, man, not just exams, man, but just the fact that you are around other people and you are now having to impress other individuals
Yes.
that are your peers, and learn people, you know, abilities, like learning how to talk, communicate, listen, you know, perceive. Like that's hard enough in itself. It's, you know what I'm saying? So, and especially if you dating, like if you're dating in school too, all on top of all of that, like yeah, the work itself is already hard. And then if you're doing like extracurricular activities like basketball, yeah, like, so it's one of those things where in college, you got to choose either you, or you got to be really good at you and everything else.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right. Oh yeah.
But yeah, well, I definitely, we definitely, our goal for our reality is this: we are God. We are God. We create our own reality. We rise in vibrational frequency, and we experience higher thinking. That higher thinking therefore turns into higher emotional experiences, where we're not feeling and experiencing stress, depression,
Shame, guilt,
you know,
condemnation.
anger, offense,
Yeah.
fear, anxiety, sickness. We're not going to be experiencing that stuff. You know why? Because we are going to rise in our vibrational frequency, meaning we are going to allow ourselves to think higher, to think in a much more higher vibrational state of thinking, meaning that it's not going to be about like anger and then responding to how we feel, but it's going to be about knowing that we have the ability to think and use our own ability to think and create for ourselves, instead of having to emotionally or impulsively live by our emotions and what the world want us to do, based on how the world makes us feel. Because 9 times out of 10, we know if we don't go to work, then we can't make a living. And we know how that will make us feel. Not think, feel.
Right.
So based on how it will make us feel, we live by the emotion of not wanting to feel that way. So now we think of things by trying to figure out, how can I not experience this emotion? The way you don't experience low vibrational emotions is think high vibrational thoughts.
Yep. Kick those old ones, those low thoughts, patterns out.
Yeah.
Take it all out of your system.
Yeah, man. That's the only way.
Accept a higher version of yourself, because there's so much more to us than how we think sometimes in those lower vibrations. There is so much more to us.
Yeah, man. When I'm in school, I just can't explain. I feel like my friends aren't even true friends. They all hate learning, but I don't. I think learning is important for every individual on this planet, man. Listen, I would tell you right now, when it comes to learning or wanting to have light, because really learning is just really wanting or having the ability or a thirst to actually want to know something new. Some people desire to learn, others don't, man. Learning something new about yourself is just having the ability or the capacity to be able to carry light. You have a capacity to be able to carry light that others have, but they're just not aware of. So what you were semi-aware of that you like doing, you were able to therefore experience in that reality. You were able to experience in that reality. Sorry, guys. So yeah, we on like a little slant. We may be able to fix it. But yeah, so I would say let them, yeah, I mean, in your reality, man, listen, until we all experience self-love and acceptance for ourselves in all areas,
Yeah.
we gonna experience hate. Because there are parts of ourselves that we have yet to accept.
Oh yeah.
Love is just acceptance. So the opposite of acceptance, or the opposite of love, will be fear. So the opposite of acceptance would therefore be rejection. What we all fear. We fear rejection.
Yep.
So once we get over our fear of rejection, then we can function from a place of acceptance and love. That's for sure. Because I'm telling you, like, if we don't accept ourselves, we're gonna look for the validation in others.
Yep. For sure. That's where the people pleasing comes in. Oh yeah. Vicious cycle. Send you around and around, looking outward, pointing fingers, when it's just accepting us, accepting ourselves
Yeah,
that is needed.
yeah. And I would say, never, like, never apologize for what you hunger and thirst after.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure. Hello to Alex. Yeah, never judge yourself. Never judge yourself based on your desire to want to learn and know something. Listen, your frequency, your vibration might not match everyone around you, but the moment that you continue to accept yourself and become aware of that acceptance, your reality is going to become filled with versions of you. Like literally, the more you accept who you are, despite of everything that is against you, your reality will therefore start to reflect more of you. And that's what you want. Because you know that there's parts of you that you have not brought back into the fold yet. So there's going to be different parts of yourself. There are going to be different parts of yourself that you're going to experience on the outside reality that will judge you. But you got to know, like, hey, I'm God just experiencing myself. So these people that's judging me are just me that doesn't know who I am as God. And it's going to be up to me to show them the only God that they can see as of now. And that's going to just be who I am as I am. That's where it will be, man. Yeah, I love astronomy. It's just very interesting to learn about things that lurk there in the vast space. Alex says, how have you been? We are great. We are
Yes.
amazing. We are amazing. Yeah, and astronomy is cool. Listen, like, there are so many things that we can learn about the reality that we are experiencing right now. But also, within ourselves, there's so much that we also get to learn about ourselves. Astronomy just points us in a direction to where if we understand who we are inwardly, it points us back to ourselves. Everything that we are experiencing on the outside of our reality, like everything that we are experiencing in this life presently, is just a reflection of everything that's going on within inside of us. We just gotta be that guy or that gal that is able to go into an escape room
Yeah.
and escape.
And get out of there.
Y'all ever been to an escape room
Uh.
and it was so hard to get out of that joint, but you was with somebody that just knew to think just a little bit differently? That's what you got to do in this life. That's why when it comes to like esoteric living or thinking, you just got to be able to think differently and go within.
Yeah.
Yeah, these escape rooms ain't no joke. I know
Yeah.
my wife. How do you feel like you did in escape rooms, honestly?
I love them because they're challenging. I like a good challenge. But I would say there were some that my husband and I have done that I was so glad that he was there with me because there were certain parts or pieces that I would have definitely missed. But generally, I would say you would want me on your team.
Facts.
You would want me on your team for sure.
You
I
gotta
have
have
an
it.
attention to detail, which I think helps for sure. So yeah, I'm very detailed. He is more big picture, And so I would say that we make a good fit concerning that
No, seriously.
with escape rooms.
And you
for
gotta
sure.
make it fun too, cause it can get frustrating, yo.
Oh yeah.
It can get very frustrating.
Yeah.
When you think you got something, you figure it out, you like, nah,
Right. It's not working.
it's not working. There are two or more people working together to escape. Coordinates is also something very nice. Yeah. Cooperation. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah.
See, and then thing too, we go with people that, and this is what I mean by like knowing your frequency and knowing the energy that you vibrate with and accepting yourself, because sometimes you are around within yourself versions of yourself that you keep around because you enjoy the feeling. And
Yeah.
which is ego. We keep our ego around because we enjoy the feeling that it produces inside of us. So when we're around people that doesn't really vibe with us, we only around them because of how they make us feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only around them because of how they make us feel. And it's not wrong. I used to think this was so wrong. Like, oh, dude, if you dare to leave this person, you are not showing love. That is not the love of Christ.
Right.
How can you love anybody if you don't first love yourself? Love is acceptance. If you don't accept yourself, how can you accept anybody else? But if you don't get along with yourself to find out who you are, how can you ever know who you are? To accept who you are. We gotta get along.
Yeah.
The thing is, we fear rejection, so we don't like being alone.
Yeah.
We don't like being alone. Why do the world fear rejection so much?
That's a great question. Like, ooh. Man, that's a great question. It's like when we're born, we're just put into like this whole system of programming, I would say, and a way to be. And in that way to be, it's very individualized. It's very I, me. And then you realize you're in this, crabs in a bucket kind of way of living. Like just me. I got to get to me, and me against you, But that's not it though. It's really just one. It's really just I.
I like that.
It's not a me versus you at all. But that comes with a higher awareness. And when you first get here, that is not what you're given. That's not what you're told. That's not what you're fed and nourished with to know yourself. It does not help you with knowing thyself at all. And so I would say that, man, rejection is just like, it's all in that individualistic perspective and point of view. Like, you don't even know how to accept yourself when you're trying to keep a list of do's and don'ts and follow and not make mistakes, You're walking on eggshells the whole time. Very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You're uncomfortable within yourself, so you're uncomfortable with anybody else.
Yo, you know what? And that's really what it is, though. Like, it's really just about once you get comfortable with you, that's like game changer, dude.
Yeah.
You're comfortable within yourself.
Yeah.
So therefore, your reality just gets that much more comfortable. Blazon Edit said, when it comes to relationships, the fear of rejection is often caused by low self-esteem. We may feel like we are not good enough for the other person and that they will find someone better. That's what the internet says, and I couldn't agree more. Yeah, look. I would say, man, even for myself, growing up, experiencing, being in relationships and not knowing how to break up with people, not wanting to because of how you feel. It's a hard thing to do. I did not like being rejected. I was rejected for sure as a child at times, man, because I had parents that just was going through just like the next. So yeah, I would say also, Gidget said rejection is a pain that hurts different from physical pain. Extended pain hurts deeper. I would say for sure, yeah, deeper pain for rejection, yes, because rejection just hit different. Like you can bump yourself, and it kind of just like on your leg, and it'll go away. But rejection because rejection comes with a memory. That's why. I mean, when you get rejected by somebody, you do feel the rejection, but the rejection is often caused by someone. Not so much because you can forgive a door like closing on you, like like one of them doors that close up and open up in the sense of your emotion. Yeah, but when it comes to a person breaking your heart, yeah, like it's a dub. Like that hurts. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Yeah, man. So, where you from, Blazon Edits? And much love to you too, man. We accept you. We accept ourselves, man.
Yes.
Yeah. We want to over here in Europe. Hey, let's go Europe.
Awesome.
Hey, I like it. How was the weather today over there? Was it like hot? Was it like fair? How was the weather over there?
Europe in the house.
I know, yo. Let's go. That's cool. Yeah, we over here just trying to get as much sunlight as we possibly can before it snows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't enjoy the snow too much, so we're creating a reality now that we're going to experience much more sunlight year round.
Year round.
Year round. So yeah, we definitely wanted to get on here and just make our first live. Just very eventful. We glad you guys were able to stop on here with us as well. We are from the United States, but we are currently residing in Ohio. So yeah, that's kind of where we currently reside at. Where the weather is experienced in 4 seasons there.
Almost in 1 week. I would say the weather changes so unexpectedly. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
We need more consistency. You know, we love the sun more than anything. We love it. So that's more of the weather that we are manifesting in our reality. Did y'all watch? Let's see. Is that Messiah?
Oh no, we didn't. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
We no, seriously, when I tell you we're very busy people.
Yeah.
Most times if we're not recording, we got like a family, you know what I'm saying? Children, so we pretty much busy, and right now we're just enjoying vacay.
Yeah.
For the most part, we really didn't watch as much TV. Not that we just don't like it, but we just be so busy, yo. And then the time we do have, we just try to spend it as much as we can, getting work done and our children and then each other. So
Yeah.
whether that's going to go get some vegan ice cream after this, which the children
To
don't know about yet.
celebrate.
We gonna celebrate this 1,500, yo. And someone asked, we get to ask, I want to travel more. How do I create that reality? How would you say? How would you create a reality to travel?
To travel?
Yeah, how would you create that reality?
It all starts here.
Okay.
Seeing it. And then also, to sum it up, I would say meditating on it to manifest it, for sure. Seeing it, visualizing it. What does this look like? Where am I going? How does this feel? Attach those emotions to it. Because once you attach those emotions to it, then you're bringing that energy back to you to actually be present in your reality. So create it, visualize it, put the emotions with it. How does that feel, man? Like as if it is already happening, already a thing. And then it will happen. Trust and believe. Because with everything that we've manifested, it will happen. Just know that much. So get excited. Know that it already is a thing. It already is already done. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of knowing that you're God, because it's all in your hands to create the reality that you want. So
that is true.
what would you say?
Start there.
Mm-hmm.
When any fear come, just know that that can be a reality that can be created
Mm-hmm.
if it is not transmuted. Transmuted is basically taking that fearful emotion that is creating a fearful thought. When you think fear, think low. When you think fear and thought, think low thought. When you think fear, just think low. Transmutation is taking that low vibrational feeling and thought and making a newer one that consists of high emotions,
Yeah.
high thoughts.
Yeah.
So whereas it's like, oh man, what if this happens that, what if I don't get paid this amount of money to get the plane ticket? You won't get paid that amount of money to get the plane ticket if you do not right there create a different reality.
Yes. Create. Be specific.
You gotta counter react.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like boxing, bob and weave. Because they gonna come. You're remembering that you are God.
Yes.
You're remembering, so don't be hard on yourself. Like your memory is coming back. That's all. So when those fearful thoughts come and emotions come, all you do is just counter that with another thought. Like, okay, so everything's gonna work out. I'm gonna have more than enough money. Ooh, I'm actually gonna have more than enough money to where I'm gonna be able to go shopping, and I'm gonna be able to go get these shoes that I seen. Like you think like that. That's gonna produce a different emotion. That emotion is gonna begin to draw that thinking to your reality's experience. So that's what it would mean to conquer and transmute the fear while you are also manifesting. Because manifesting is about keeping that vibrational energetic frequency within the vibrational alignment of thoughts that you were thinking.
Yes.
So that you can pull that reality to yourself.
Yes.
Emotionally. Now, where you trying to go?
Right.
That's what we want to know. Where you trying to go?
Where to? What's on the list?
Where you trying to go?
Ooh. Listen, I would love it to be tropical. Lush greenery. I wouldn't mind a vineyard. We have been looking for seeded grapes for the longest. We will have, or we already have, a vineyard for our home. I said it. I said it here. I said it on this live. A vineyard. It's gonna be amazing. It is amazing. Because I'm experiencing it right now. All the emotions are there.
Y'all hearing it first, so whoever can screenshot this or mark this day.
I said it.
And when we have all of this, like to where we're gonna invite you out. If you can screenshot this or screen record this, and we're gonna invite you out on this day, and we're gonna share a day with you in our vineyard.
Yes.
But you gotta have this. You gotta have this official recording, yo. Seriously, you gotta have this official recording. But no, that's I honestly like. I like to travel. She said she want to go to the island. Yeah. Okay then. So listen, I ain't gonna lie. Like, island for me, yes. But I don't mind like going to like countryside type areas where it's mountains and just a lot of grass and green area. Like I don't mind that, and also waterfalls and water. I don't mind that either. I'm a nature guy, so get me in the nature. I'm cool with that for sure. But I would definitely encourage everybody that's looking to create their own reality. And we're gonna leave y'all with this. Never allow what you don't know to determine what you can create. Whether you know that you are God creating your reality or not, you are creating a reality, and you are also experiencing a reality that you are creating, whether you are aware or unaware.
Yep.
You can only experience God through awareness. You can only experience the devil through ignorance. We are all God. Like, God is consciousness. Consciousness is the ability to think. How many of us, right, have the ability to think? We all have the ability to think because we are all conscious. Consciousness is God. God is all things, all knowing. you only create a reality from what you know. So the life that you're even experiencing is only based on what you know. What you know is who you are. Who you are is God. God is consciousness. Consciousness is the ability to think. We all have the ability to think. So therefore, we all are God. If you have the ability to think, it has nothing to do with your emotions. It's just all about your ability to think. Do you have the ability to think? If you have the ability to think, you are God. Use your ability to think wisely and divine.
Yes.
And remember, guys, stay camp, folks.
Yes.
Stay conscious at night, folks. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And we will be going live very soon. See you guys soon.